My biggest regret out of everything?
Plea deal, Jones gets a conditional discharge.
The pregnant woman in that hit-and-run car accident, about what?
911, operator 3830, where is your emergency? Yeah, there was a car accident right here on Wansbo and Southern Boulevard. Champagne, silver color. The guy just hopped off into a yard. The guy that's getting out of the SUV, he took off running.
And what color is the SUV?
He's running over fences. He's jumping over.
Okay, what color is the SUV?
The SUVs are like a very light silver whitish color. The Buick.
Okay.
But he took off running. Just stay where you're at.
Which way did he go? What direction?
He's going on to a gated community north of Wansbo in the terrace.
Northbound Wansbo is where he went?
Yeah, into a gated community.
Okay, we'll get somebody out there.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Jon Jones is suspected of running from a crash where a pregnant woman suffered a broken arm. And just moments.
Top like magic. All you need is hard work plus passion. Everything I wanted, I imagined. Sky was the limit till we blew right past it. The only goal is trying to go faster. We can't go backwards. So if you upset, just say that. Record it for yourself for the play.
We were at the press conference earlier.
Comes up to me and he gets very close, and
I put my chin down.
And he hits me with his forehead.
I just figured it was going to be a great photo op.
I've said time and time again, there is not a man walking this earth that will get into my face, put his head on me and push me forward without me actually reacting.
I reacted off of a sure instinct. Hey, are you still there?
I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm here. You are just the fakest person. I actually admire that you can actually be this fake, and like when the TV comes on, how you can just change. It's like you're a chameleon.
Hey, listen,
it's awesome.
I'm a professional.
It is unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
The fact that you're a hasn't changed.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how fake you can really be. Like, you are just such a my God. It is amazing. It is amazing. But you know what? Hats off to you. You got a great PR person, because they do a great job with training you, because you are just terrible. You're the scum of the earth. You are a terrible human being, but you can sure turn it on, huh?
Thank you.
God, you suck. I wish they would let me next door so I could spit in your face.
Yo, DC, you suck. You suck. You gonna chop me on the neck and get beat up, and I had you on your back. What? In like 6 seconds.
You suck. You felt so weak.
You know I would absolutely kill you if you ever did something like that,
You
right?
you could never kill me.
Oh, I bet you I could.
Then you should try, John. You really should try, John.
No, I would literally kill you if you spit in my face.
Yeah, let's try that, John.
Literally kill you.
Let's try that, John.
I'm not saying I would fight you. I said I would kill you.
John, do you think? So, John, do you think I'm just gonna sit there and let you kill me, John?
But you said you could take me down 100 times out of 100 times, right? And that's what you're gonna do, right? I challenge you to get me down 5 times in that 5-round fight. You won't be able to do that. Maybe you will get me down once. I believe in my whole heart that I'll get you down too. But the difference is, when I get you down, your face will open up. There is nothing you can do to stop me from coming at you round after round with the most malicious techniques I know. You will lose this fight, Daniel Cormier. I want you to believe it. Every ounce of training you put in leading up to this fight will be a waste of your life. Man, you have not tasted what I have to offer, and you will see it. Become the greatest fighter of all time, and it's so feasible, it's so attainable. All I got to do is just stay focused and keep believing just the way I believe, and to keep working. And I do believe 2015 will be the year I select.
I truly believe that I can get the job done. I thought I could get the job done.
We were the king of the grind tonight. We work hard at Greg Jackson's, you know? Working in the desert, man. In order to hang out in the desert, you gotta be tough. The animals that live in the desert are tough. The plants that survive in the desert are tough.
You know, one way or the other, I'm gonna stand across the cage from that man again, and I'll believe just as I did tonight, and I'll take the fight to him again, I guess.
So I don't feel sorry for him. This is combat.
Charge tested positive.
Come on. Come on.
I know, bro. Fuck, I'm so sorry.
Come on.
I know.
Oh, man, it's so hard.
I know, I'm so fucking sorry.
Like, is there anything I can do, like, outside the release and we can just fight?
Can't do it.
So I want to clarify a few things. I'll start with Jon Jones. Jon Jones was tested out of competition on December 4th. When he was tested, he tested positive for cocaine. He was then again tested on December 18th. He was negative for PEDs. He was not tested again for cocaine. For people who don't understand, the way that WADA works, the WADA rules and regulations, you do not test for recreational drugs out of competition, okay? Out of competition, you do not test for recreational drugs. So then he was tested again on January 3rd, post-fight. After the fight, he was tested, and he tested negative for everything. Performance-enhancing drugs or recreational drugs, okay? So the difference between out of competition testing for PEDs. So I saw a lot of people talking about Jon Jones tested positive for cocaine, yet you see other fighters getting in big trouble for testing positive for marijuana. That is the difference between out of competition and in competition.
Has admitted himself into a drug treatment center.
Jones's mother, Camille, admitted Monday that her son left the rehab facility after just one night.
UFC fighter Jon "Bones" Jones is expected in court tomorrow, the first time he'll make an appearance since APD stopped him for drag racing, and he was later booked into jail for violating probation. News 13's Lizzie Mitri has more on what punishment he could face this time around.
Jessica, ultimately, it's up to a judge, but News 13 has obtained court documents that detail what Jones's probation officer is recommending happen now that Jones has gotten in trouble with the law again. Albuquerque police lapel video shows an officer pull Jones over last week, slapping him with 5 citations, including for drag racing and exhibition driving. This week, he landed in jail for allegations.
Ridiculous.
Just doing my job.
No, you're not doing your job. You're picking me this Corvette out for no reason and blaming me for all this that you know isn't true. You're ridiculous.
It is not no reason.
I used to really respect the police folks like you.
Any alleged victims or witnesses do not return to location of any reason. No alcohol, no illegal drugs, no violations of law. 10-day rule will be set May 12th. And have you?
Of course, he's on probation because of more concerning behavior on the road after he was accused of hitting a car, injuring a pregnant woman inside, then running from the scene. Jessica, back to you.
All right, thank you, Lizzie. Jones has been on probation for about 6 months. In that time, he's already completed all 72 court-ordered public appearances.
While Jon is suspended, DC fights for his belt.
That's not the same guy, but it was always about the belt. You know, it always has been about the belt.
It is all over! Jones-Cormier is the new UFC light heavyweight champion!
Jon Jones, you can't run away from me forever. I'm the kid at the wrestling tournament that is always in your bracket. No matter where you go, boy, I'm coming. You better hurry because I'm getting back.
self-destructive state right after the car accident. And then
how so?
I just started to party more. Thing that I would do where I would party 1 week before every fight, and I did it throughout my whole career. And this was stupid, but it was this mental crutch that I had. I literally would, 1 week before every fight, I would go out and I would get blacked out wasted. And my logic was, if this guy were to beat me somehow, I can look myself in the mirror and say that, well, I lost because I got hammered the week before the fight. Events that really bothered me was he was the most well, he was seasoned. He actually has been fighting longer than I have. A lot of people don't realize that, but he was just so green and raw still, like skill wise. Like I don't I study everybody extensively, and then I come up with their patterns. I figure out the way they flinch. I figure out their first favorite punch, their second favorite punch, their third, their favorite combinations, their setups to their takedowns. When they clinch, what side their head's going to be on. Literally everything. I know everything about every opponent. What side they're going to shoot, whether it's going to be a head inside, head outside. What am I going to do about that, you know? I figure out everything, why they shoot, what area of the cage they like to shoot. UFC 200, my manager, Malky, calls me over to his hotel room and he's like, hey, I want to talk to you, man. I'm like, what's going on? He's like, hey, you're not going to be fighting. I was like, what are you talking about? He's like, you know, you didn't pass your drug test.
So let's just talk about what happened. You tested positive for some estrogen inhibitors.
Yeah, estrogen blockers.
Estrogen blockers that a lot of people associate with people who take steroids. When people take steroids, they want to restart their system, or if you want a testosterone boost, you take Clomid or Clomiphene, and these are standard drugs in the steroid users' world.
Yeah, this is all new for me.
Yeah.
Basically,
what did you take?
So I took an off-brand Cialis pill.
Off-brand.
It wasn't actual Cialis, but it was described to me as being a Cialis, and so I thought it was a Cialis, and I just took it. So
why does a guy like you need Cialis?
I'm a huge cock, Joe.
I think it's crazy. You know, it's one of the craziest things, and you saw it as being very straight line saying due process. Right. But the reality is, you can't fail drug tests. You can pass 100 tests, you cannot fail one. And they're saying we have to wait for the due process, but what are we waiting for? You know, we've tested the A sample, tested the B sample, and if there's anything, you cannot test positive for performance-enhancing drugs, man. You just can't do it. It's unfair. I'm very upset about it.
Listen, and these things can happen, right? But when we're talking about Jon Jones against you, right?
Yeah.
This is the third time he did it. 3 fights involving your name, he tested positive for something. So
important is the curfew. Mr. Jones now has had a major fight in less than a month. He trains late at night. He was actually stopped just a mile or so, or less than that, from the gym. He trains at night and then has to eat after that. So he's often out late at night. And if it's 10 o'clock, he can't even do his wife. Thank you.
Actually, I do know that you're drag racing.
Both know that I did not speed.
Why is your car so loud?
Why is my man? You're just harassing me, man.
Cut the attitude.
His actions tell me that he hasn't changed much. Just the way that he talked to that cop shows a blatant disregard for power. This is a kid that's long needed to be put in his place. And I am the person to do it.
Maybe they thought because I was outnumbered that I would be
Whenever I ever backed on from a fight with you. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. But Guys, I've been sober. I haven't wrecked my vehicle. I haven't been suspended. I didn't get stripped from my championship, but you boo me.
Careful, Daniel, you're getting emotional.
I'm not getting emotional. You're emotional trying to fight my training partner in the back and everybody else on my team.
Oh.
You're emotional.
Could someone bring Daniel some Kleenex, please?
Hey, I'm not crying. I'm just sober.
So much pressure on you and beat you and dominate you so much that it'll break your spirit and your will. So I'm gonna break bones.
Okay.
So you see, so it's actually a lot cooler when you think of it that way, and it's my reality. So it's like, it's a pretty cool shirt.
I guess.
There's a guy back there. Yeah, I like his shirt. It's awesome. Thank you, bro.
I really think you're physically capable of pushing me to the limit, breaking me.
Yes.
I can get that loss back. I mean, you know, for all the trash talking, the yelling and the screaming, the Twitters and the Instagrams, what it boils down to for me is competitively, I need to get this loss back.
I thought the fight was going well. I don't even know what happened. It's like I got kicked in the head. Oh, man. I don't know, man. I guess if you win both fights, there is no rivalry, so I don't know.
Thank you for everything, Daniel. Daniel Cormier, ladies and gentlemen.
And again, the new... I want to take this time to thank Daniel Cormier for being my biggest rival and motivator. Daniel Cormier, guys, he has absolutely no reason to hang his head. He has been a model champion, a model husband, a model father, a teammate, leader, and I aspire to be a lot more like that man because he's an amazing human being. Unfortunately, we are opponents, but outside of that, he is a true champion for the rest of his life.
He won the fights, and the dude's so talented, he could have won the fights anyway, because Jones was gonna be the man. If he stayed clean, he would have been the man, because people loved him. All athletes loved him and loved what he did.
And you look at what could have been, what he could have done. Some guys can't help themselves. They can't get out of their own way, and he's definitely that guy.
I had a conversation with John when all this shit was going down with him, and I said, listen, dude, you're a wild mother. And that's the type of guy that becomes the greatest of all time. You don't get to be the greatest of all time just being a normal person.